Hello students, welcome to this session on Microsoft Word Mail Merge. Any organization, whether it is big or small, public or private, has to communicate with customers throughout their day-to-day operations. Communication can take different forms such as welcome letters, special announcement, thank you emails and invoices, to name just a few. Preparing any form of written communication, however, can be a time consuming activity. The mail merge feature in Word can help organization produce various forms of written communication more efficiently. Mail merge is a feature provided by MS Word which is used for creating personalized letters where a template is created with a field for given name. For example, the template letter says dear given name, and when executed the mail merge creates a letter for each record in the database, so it appears the letter is more personal. It is often used for variable data printing. Another common usage is for creating address labels. You can also use mail merge to create a catalog or directory. The same kind of information such as name and description is shown for each item, but the name and description in each item is unique. Click directory to create this type of document. A set of envelopes. The return address is the same on all the envelopes, but the destination address is unique on each one. A set of mailing labels. Each label shows a person's name and address, but the name and address on each label is unique. A set of email messages. The basic content is the same in all the messages, but each message goes to the individual recipient and each message contains information that is specific to that recipient, such as the recipient's name or some other piece of information. The objective of this session is to learn how to use mail merge to create letters, envelopes and mailing labels. As defined in the Cambridge Dictionary Online, is the use of computer to produce many copies of a letter, each copy with a different name and address stored in a file. According to Oxford Dictionary Online, it is the automatic addition of names and addresses from a database to letters and envelopes in order to facilitate sending mail, especially advertising, to many addresses. So, today we will learn how to use mail merge. The mail merge process overall consists of various steps. Step number 1, set up the main document. The main document consists the text and graphics that are the same for each version of the merged document. For example, the written address in a form letter. Step number 2, connect the document to a data source. A data source is a file that contains the information to be merged into a document. For example, the names and addresses of the recipients of a letter. Step number 3, refine the list of recipients or items. Microsoft Word generates a copy of the main document for each recipient or item in your data file. If you want to generate copies for only certain items in your data file, you can choose which item or record to include. Step number 4, add placeholders called mail merge fields to the document. When you perform the mail merge fields are filled with information from your data file. Step number 5, preview, change individual document and complete the merge. You can preview each copy of the document before you print the whole set, and you can change individual copies of the document. Let us see how we can use mail merge to create a letter. Step 1, open an existing Word document or create a new one. Step 2. Click the mailing tab. Step 3. Click the Start Mail Merge command. Step 4. Select Step by Step Mail Merge wizard. Step 5. The Mail Merge pane appears and will guide you through the 6 main steps to complete a merge. Step 6. Choose the type of document you want to create. In our example, we will select letters. Then click Next Starting Document to move to next step. Step 7. Select Use the current document. Step 8. Click Next, select Recipient to move to next step. Step 9. Now, you will need an address list so Word can automatically place each address into the document. The list can be in an existing file such as Excel workbook, or you can type a new address list from within the Mail Merge wizard. Step 10. From the Mail Merge task pane, select Use an existing list. If you have an already created list, then click Browse. Step 11. Locate your file in the dialog box. You may have to navigate to a different folder. Then click Open. Step 12. If the address list is in an Excel workbook, select the worksheet that contains the list, then click OK. Step 13. If you do not have an existing address list, you can click the Type a New List button and then use the form that opens to create your list. The list is saved as a database, that is .mdb file that you can reuse. In our example, we do not have an existing address list, so we will create a new list. The steps to create the new list are: 1. In the new address list dialog box, type the information for the first address or record that you want to include in your mail merge. 2. If you want to add or remove columns, click Customize Columns and then make the changes that you want. In our example, we will only keep first name, last name, address, city and zip code and remove all other fields. Three. Now, you type all the information such as first name, last name, address, etc. for your first record. Click New Entry and then type the information for the next record. Continue until you have typed information for all the records that you want to include. Four. When your new list is complete, click OK. 5. In the Save Address List dialog box, type a name for your new list and then click Save. Now, we have created the list. Let us now move to the next step in the mail merge. Step number 14. From the mail merge task pane, click next, write your letter to move to next step. Now you are ready to write your letter. When it is printed, each copy of the letter will basically be the same except the recipient data like the name and the address will be different on each one. You will need to add placeholders for the recipient data, so MailMerge knows exactly where to add the data. If you are using MailMerge with an existing letter, make sure the file is open. To insert recipient data, the placeholders such as address and greeting are called MailMerge fields. Fields in Word corresponds to the column heading in the data file that you select. Columns in a data file represent categories of information. Fields that you add to the main document are placeholders for these categories. Rows in a data file represents records of information. Word generates a copy of the main document for each record when you perform a mail merge. By putting a field in your main document, you indicate that you want a certain category of information such as name or address to appear in that location. Repeat these steps each time you need to enter information from your data record. In our example, we will add a greeting line. Step 1. Place the insertion point in the document where you want the information to appear. Step 2. Select address block, greeting line, electronic postage or more items from the task pane. In our example, we will select the entire address block and greeting line as Dear. Now click Next, preview your letters to move to next step. Step 3. Preview the letter to make sure the information from the recipient list appears correctly in the letter. You can use the left and right scroll arrows to view each document. Step 4. Click Next, complete the merge to get the individual letters. Students, we just now saw how to create letters in MailMerge. Now let us see how we can create address labels. Address labels are useful for printing the label which can be stuck to envelopes. Step 1. Open a new Word document and click on the mailing tab on the top. Step 2. Click on Start Mail Merge and then select Labels. Step 3. Once you click on Labels, a label option window opens. Select the label vendors. In this example, we will select a very US letter. Step 4. Then select the labels you want. Here, let us select 5160. Step 5. After you click OK, click on Select Recipient and then select Use Existing List. Since we have already created a database, In our previous example, we will use the same list. Step 6. Click on Use Existing List. A File Open dialog box appears on the screen. Select the file containing the address list from the desired location. Step 7. After you click OK, the Word document will have each separate label. Step 8. There are two ways of adding the address to our label. A. The first one is to click on the address block. 1. When you select the address block, you need to make sure the format is what you want and that all the fields you want are included. Select the desired format after having looked at the preview of the address block and click OK. 2. Now you can see address block on my first label. Now click on Update Labels. 3. Click on Finish and Merge, but before you print the document, click on Edit Individual Documents. 4. Make sure All is selected and click OK. This will make sure all of your records from the data source are being added to the mail merge. B. The second way to insert the field is to do it manually by selecting Insert Merge Field and then clicking on each field. 1. When inserting the fields manually, do not forget about inserting the spaces, periods and commas. 2. You can also format the fields. In this example, we will make it centered and bold. You can also do that with the address block as in the previous example. 3. Once you are happy with what the label looks like, click on the Update Labels button. 4. Now let us click on Finish and Merge. Before you print the documents, click on Edit Individual Documents. 5. Make sure all records are selected and click OK. Creating envelope using mail merge. Word 2007 includes a special envelope command that can quickly and professionally print a mailing address and your return address on the envelope. You can send the envelope directly to your printer, or you can add the envelope to an existing document so that you can print your letter and envelope together. Let us see how we can create envelope labels. The steps are: step number 1, open an existing Word document or create a new one. Step number 2, click the Mailing tab. Step number 3, click the Start Mail Merge command. Step number 4, select Step by Step Mail Merge wizard. Step number 5, the Mail Merge pane appears and will guide you through the steps to complete a merge. Step number 6, choose the type of document you want to create. In our example, we will select envelope. Then click Next, starting document to move to next step. Step number 7, select the envelope option to choose an envelope size. Step number 8, select Use the current document. Step number 9, if you want your return address to print on the label, type it in the return address text box. Step number 10, click Next, select recipient to move to next step. Step number 11, here we have an already created address list. So, select Use an existing list and browse through the list. Step number 12. After you select the recipient list, click on Arrange your envelope option. Step number 13. If you want, you can also add the greeting line. Let us add "to" before the delivery address. Step number 14. And finally, you can preview your document. Step number 15. Print the results. To print your envelope directly without adding it to a document, click the print button. When you print the document, the envelope prints first, so you have to be prepared to insert an envelope into the printer. The exact steps for inserting an envelope depends on your printer, but most printers prompt you to insert an envelope when they want to print one. Conclusion. Students, with this we come to the end of this session on MS Word Mail Merge. In this session, we learnt about how to create letters having common contents which can be mailed to different recipients. We also learnt about creating labels which are useful for printing address list. With this, I would like to conclude this session and hope you would be able to use mail merge functionalities in your day-to-day transaction. Thank you.